is a beautiful 68-degree day in Southern California. Indoors at the Forum. They're set for the introduction of the starting lineups. Here is the public address voice of the Lakers, Lawrence Tanter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Great Western Forum here in Inglewood, California for Game 3 of the 1991 NBA Finals between the Chicago Bulls and your Los Angeles Lakers. And now our guests from the Windy City, the Eastern Conference champions, the Chicago Bulls. At one forward, number 33 in his fourth year from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. The other forward is number 54 in his fourth season from Clemson, Horace Grant. Starting at center, number 24 in his 11th campaign from San Francisco, Bill Cartwright. At one guard, number 5 in his 8th season from Notre Dame, John Paxson. And the other guard is number 23 in his 7th year from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. Head coach of the Bulls, Phil Jackson. And now, the Western Conference champions, your Los Angeles Lakers. At one forward, number 14 in the 7th campaign from North Carolina, Sam Perkins. The other forward is number 42 in his 9th season from North Carolina, James Worthy. At center, number 12 in his 2nd campaign from Yugoslavia, Vlade Divac. At one guard, number 4 in his 8th year from Arizona State, Byron Scott. And the other guard is number 32 in his 12th year from Michigan State, Irvin Magic Johnson. Head coach of the Lakers, Mike Dunleavy.
And the Bulls have been introduced to the Forum crowd. Ahmad Rashad and Steve Jones have checked out both locker rooms. They'll be reporting on sideline activities throughout the game. First, a report from Steve.
All right, Marv. Historically, the Los Angeles Lakers have responded after being blown out on the road, and they return back to the Forum concerned but confident that they'll be able to reassert their low post game, and they'll be able to do a better job defensively on the hot shooting Chicago Bulls. But the question that America is really dying to know is who is going to guard Magic Johnson, and Ahmad Rashad has the answer.
All right, Steve, it will not be me, but surprisingly enough, it will be Michael Jordan. Speaking of Michael Jordan, one thing he wanted to clear up, and in Game 2, he was not taunting the Laker bench. He said he was just trying to get his team pumped up. He says, I got a lot of weapons in my arsenal, and taunting is not one of them. Marv?
All right, Ahmad, and we will hear from Michael Jordan on the subject of taunting a little bit later on. Byron Scott was the one Laker who made it clear that he felt that Michael was talking trash during the course of that third quarter barrage. We touched on earlier, Byron Scott of the Los Angeles Lakers charged that Michael Jordan was taunting him and the Laker bench following some of his explosive moves. In game number 2, there you see the quote, we noticed Michael taunting our bench. That's not something to do early in the series. Got us upset, and we'll be ready at home, says Byron. Well, I asked about the taunting, and here's Michael's reply.
Well, I guess if you want to say taunting, I was excited about what I was doing, what I did. I showed my emotions, fist-wise, my mouth-wise, but I never said anything to any of the players. I never pointed fingers. I've just never been able to do that against a team of their status.
Well, the Lakers are not buying it. Certainly, Michael was very pumped up, but he claims he was just excited by what was happening. What do you think?
When you lose by 21 points, you find any way you can to get your teammates ready for the next game coming up. You try to gain that edge.
Well, Michael said to me that he felt that the Lakers were trying to motivate themselves off the taunting. Here is Magic. Yes! That was just within 2-point range. Second quarter underway, and the Lakers now lead 27-25. In the first quarter, the Lakers 10 for 14 from the field, while Chicago at 12 for 21. So we have 72% and 57% shooting. Again, the strong inside move by Horace Grant. He is now 5 for 6 from the field. The game tied at 27.
The Bulls inside people do an excellent job of looking and finding openings and then flashing to them when it looks like someone else is the first option.
And Divac getting great position against Purdue. Lakers certainly not discouraged about the way the Bulls are defending against the post-up here in the first half.
No, they were prepared in the first quarter. 7 post-up opportunities, 5 times they scored for 10 points.
Scottie Pippen with his second field goal. Worthy tipping it to Teagle. Oh, terrific play by Worthy to recover on the pass that was overthrown.
Perhaps the most important thing is that he helped to get Terry Teagle off. In 24 minutes in the first 2 games, only 1 for 5. Teagle certainly welcomed the layup.
Substitutions by both clubs. Bill Cartwright returning. Craig Hodges has come on. Cliff Levingston will check in. And Terry Teagle on the floor for the first time.
As Magic looks up the floor, the pass is a little bit long. Worthy with one hand releases to Teagle, understanding that Hodges was sneaking underneath for the possible steal.
Lakers with a 31-29 lead. Minute 40 gone by in the second quarter. Cartwright was feeling around for the defender Worthy and then lost it. Magic drew the double team momentarily. He feels it. Magic feels the touch. He's 4 for 4. He has 12, and the Lakers lead by 4.
Unusual that Magic would come down, and if there's not anything happening in the transition, just pull up and shoot with 15 or 16 remaining on the clock.
Cartwright off the fake. Levingston trying to keep it alive. Last touch by Magic Johnson. And a timeout has been taken by the Bulls. 9:44 remaining in the second. While we were away, the highlight over the last 30 seconds, a block by Terry Teagle of a jump shot attempt of Michael Jordan. That's been it. And now Teagle on the line off the foul call. Here's Armstrong coming on for the first time. BJ replacing Craig Hodges. Terry Teagle in his 9th season out of Baylor. Armstrong guarded by Larry Drew, who entered the game following the timeout. Here is Grant. Rare outside shot for Horace Grant. Last touch by the Lakers. Chicago maintaining possession. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Bob Rashad, Steve Jones. From the Forum in Inglewood, coming up at halftime, Bob Costas and Pat Riley. Jordan drawing the double team, able to get it to Levingston. Cliff Levingston going glass for his first field goal, and the Lakers lead by 2.
And Cliff Levingston, who's had an up-and-down season with Chicago. Phil Jackson trying to get a feel for what the best way to play him is. But after these first 2 games, most happy about the way he's played Worthy at the defensive end.
Phil Jackson so pleased with his spirited play, his energy. Here's Teagle, and that was deflected short by Jordan. So Michael returning the favor.
A little repay that time.
Cartwright feeling for Perkins, and he felt him on that bump, but able to hit. Cartwright's first field goal, and he's tied the game at 33. Armstrong with the light pressure on Drew. Green, Perkins, Worthy up front. Drew and Teagle in the backcourt. Magic Johnson receiving a rest. Perkins, Green, and the Lakers lead at 35-33.
In the Portland series, as soon as the Lakers got back to the Forum, it seemed to just rejuvenate AC Green. He just comes alive in this building, particularly on the offensive boards.
OKC came up strong in that 6th game to wrap up the series against Portland. Grant, yes, beautiful move by Horace Grant, who is now 6 for 8 for 12 points. The Bulls and Lakers tied at 35. Worthy goes to the hook against Livingston. Now Jordan met on the switch. Perkins defending against him. And it will be Laker ball. Michael Jordan is 5 for 12 for his 11 points. Timeout has been called by the Lakers. 6:31 remaining in the second. The scene is shifted to Magic's Kingdom as we welcome you back. The Forum in Inglewood, California. Capacity crowd 17,505 on hand, and both clubs burning it up. In game 2 in Chicago, the Bulls shot a NBA Finals record 61 7/10%. They hit 50 of 81 from the field. In that blistering third quarter, they connected on 17 of 20, and both clubs have shot well here in the first half. Chicago, as you saw, at 57%. The Lakers at 15 for 22. They are just under 70% for the half.
And again, one statistic that keeps jumping out at you. After the first 2 games, 30 more free throw attempts for the Lakers. In this game so far, 9 for the Lakers, 0 for the Bulls.
Magic Johnson back on the floor in the backcourt with Terry Teagle. It will be Laker ball with 8 on the shot clock. Up front, Perkins, Worthy, and Devons.
Unusual to see Bill Cartwright out above the top of the three-point circle, pressuring Sam Perkins, who was acting as the point guard.
Devons battling his way against Pippen, and then hits. Vlade Divac showing the outside touch as Phil Jackson has gone back to the matchup of the smaller player, Scottie Pippen, who goes 6'7", against Vlade Divac, who goes 7'1". And the foul call on Bill Cartwright. That is 3 on Cartwright.
Cartwright using the free arm, left arm to hold Divac off. A little shove right at the end, and a nice acting job by Vlade after the ball's entered to miss the bill. The body trying to move him out by Divac. Cartwright trying to clear him off his body with that left elbow.
And Phil Jackson taking out Cartwright, who just collected his 3rd, and he's going with the rookie from North Carolina, a native of Los Angeles, Scott Williams, who has played well during the playoffs. Bulls trapping Magic, who was able to get it across the midcourt line. Perkins. Oh, what a move. Lakers lead at 39-35. Williams up front now with Pippen and Livingston, Jordan and Armstrong at the guard. Scott Williams drew the foul.
Perkins is the main post-up guy for Los Angeles. He wants to come into the middle of the floor to his right shoulder, but they keep forcing him baseline, shows it, and then gives a little up and under move. Concentration excellent at all times, keeping his eyes on that target.
Sam Perkins called for the foul, his first, and Scott Williams to the line. As you saw, the Lakers have been going to the foul line frequently, and the Bulls have not. Phil Jackson has been making that point at every opportunity.
It's a matter of how many times you're going to put the ball down in the post. Keep in mind the Lakers have so many more post-up players than the Bulls do.
Are you saying the disparity is understandable?
I'm saying that LA is in trouble right now with this guy handling against Michael.
And it is a backcourt 10-second violation. Divac handles the ball well, but you do not want Vlade one-on-one with Magic Johnson as he's bouncing the ball.
I was trying to get it in a little bit sooner, but you knew he was having big problems when Michael decided to stay with him. Vlade was hoping he would run away and go somewhere else, but he didn't disappear.
5 minutes remaining in the first half. Lakers with a 3-point lead. Pippen off the stutter step. Yes. Scottie Pippen with his third bucket. He has 6. Again, pressure by the Bulls. And now they drop back as Magic is able to handle it.
And Pippen now the defender putting the pressure on Magic, which was the turning point in game 2.
Magic spinning away. And here come the Bulls on the run. Pippen looking for someone. Couldn't find anyone. Oh, what a play by Livingston to break it up. But it will be Laker ball.
The Bulls' defense is excellent. Their traps are aggressive. But probably more importantly is the way that they recover defensively. Here, the Lakers make a pretty good recovery themselves with Tego breaking up the fast break opportunity. Both teams very good in transition defense.
Worthy for 3. Perkins missed the tip. And the Bulls back to the offense. Livingston, yes, a rare jump shot opportunity by Livingston, and he has had himself a very nice first half offensively. Hit on a sweeping shot and now the jumper.
And you can see the confidence that Michael Jordan has built in Livingston. Steal right there by Chicago. Jordan twice in a row dishing to Livingston for scores.
And Michael Jordan converts. He has 13. The Bulls lead by 3. Good run here by Chicago. 7 unanswered. The Lakers want to talk it over with 3:39 remaining. In the second quarter, it is called a 20-second timeout.
They are so quick and they cover so much ground, the Bulls, that they produce a large number of turnovers, but it's nothing that should surprise you. This has happened the entire season. 4th best in the league this year, coming up with steals and easy points.
Bulls by 3 with 3.5 left, first half. Nice setup. Divac was stopped. Again, Livingston getting a piece of it. Here comes Pippen, had it knocked away, and a kickball being indicated. Bill Oakes with the call.
Once again, the transition defense stopping a potential fast break score. Divac's wide open for the layup, but then Livingston from behind gets a piece. Quickness to the ball. Transition defense, a little boot to help out.
Yes, and on that boot, the Bulls able to get it back, and Williams was hit. Looked like he got jammed in the shoulder. He has had shoulder problems. Foul called on Divac his first. In fact, Scott Williams had the shoulder pop out, we're told, when he was sleeping the other night. Very active dreamer, Scott Williams.
Williams a little bit smaller, but quicker in the whole area, giving Divac a little bit of a problem there, making a quick move rather than the Cartwright, back down, contact, get him off your move.
Scott Williams will require shoulder surgery following the season. Scott 2 out of 4 from the foul line. The Bulls 43, Lakers 39. 8 consecutive points by Chicago to take the lead as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Magic backing Pippen and then spinning, rejected emphatically by Livingston. The steal by Divac. It's a 3-on-2. Worthy with the 1-on-1 move. Yes. Bulls 43 and the Lakers 41. Crowd with the chant of defense. Cliff Livingston has come off the bench and has provided a spark both defensively and offensively. Backdoor pass attempted, broke it up. Last touch by the Lakers. It will be Chicago ball. They'll have only 2 on the shot clock, and they'll throw it in following the timeout. We'll be back in a moment. In his 9th year out of Wichita State, Cliff Livingston, 1-time Detroit Piston, 1-time Atlanta Hawk, I recall, Mike.
A most valuable Hawk coming off the bench behind Dominique Wilkins, playing both sides of the floor. Noted for his hustle, aggressive play, and defense. Livingston on the baseline rotation, just where the Bulls want to bring him, rewarded at the other end, knocking out the jumper.
4 points, 2 blocked shots for the quick leaping Cliff Livingston. Last year came in overweight in Atlanta, never got going, and then signed as a free agent by the Bulls. 24-second violation. Bulls lead by 2. 43-41. Laker ball with 2:20 remaining in this first half.
And just then, James Worthy stayed in the backcourt, set a little screen to try and get Pippen off Magic and free him up.
Worthy freed up. Perkins. Sam Perkins ties the game at 43. The High Point men, Magic and Worthy, 12 apiece. Jordan, 13. Grant has 12. Scott Williams. And back come the Lakers. Rare opportunity to run, but the Bulls got back. Scott pumping. Byron Scott continues to have his difficulties. The Bulls now on the run. Pippen sweeping in, and he was blocked. Foul called on Devos.
I think the shot at the other end of the floor by Byron Scott was just frustration. He said, look, I've got to try and get myself going, get into this thing. He could have crossed the ball over to the other side of the floor to an open teammate. Instead, he decided to pull up and try and get it going himself. He's got a big defender coming after him. A good challenge that time by Scott Williams. The frustration is setting in little by little.
Minute 36 remaining in this first half. Scottie Pippen, who has averaged 22 a game in the playoffs, shooting over 50% in his 4th year out of Central Arkansas, and year by year he has improved in every offensive and defensive category. See that 20-point total game too, but that only told part of the story because he did it defensively against Magic Johnson, taking over to Michael Jordan. Bulls have a 1-point lead. Game 3 of the best of 7 NBA Finals. Series tied at 1. Bulls playing Magic very well. You saw Pippen get the help. And 3 Bulls go to the glass.
That time the Lakers got the ball to the weak side, but it came a little bit late. They need to get it over to the other side of the floor. Start at one side, get it over to the other side, make the Bulls defense react.
Scott off the steal, finds Worthy. Beautifully done by Byron Scott. He drew Michael Jordan to him, and he had an open man in James Worthy. Lakers 45, the Bulls 44.
Jordan in the middle of the floor, trying to go one-on-one, create, try and hit the shooter in the corner for a 3.
Armstrong. And here come the Lakers. Again on the run. Worthy fouled by Pippen.
The rotation by LA producing the fast break opportunity, and then Scott, who used to be a point guard in college, makes the play by hitting Worthy. Magic likes the idea that they get the transition game going. His favorite target, James Worthy at the end.
And Pippen, upset, had something to say to the officials, called for a technical foul. Magic Johnson converting the tee. Lakers lead it 46-44, and now Worthy to the free throw line.
As soon as the technical was called, Michael Jordan went over to Pippen, grabbed him, walked him away, started talking to him, explaining, settle down, relax. Let's not get these officials turned against any team versus the other.
Crowd reacting to the rare miss tonight by Worthy in his first free throw appearance. He is 7 for 11 from the field. James Worthy coming up big once again. He has 15. He's come back strong following the ankle injury.
Same spread play. This time, though, Scottie Pippen's the guy to make the play or make the pass.
And Darryl Garrison with the indication. Loose ball foul on Devos. That is his 3rd foul. 18 seconds remaining in this first half. AC Green will check in, replacing Vlade Divac, who departs with 9 and 3 personal. So both Divac and Cartwright sitting down with 3. And Grant to the foul line with the Lakers over the limit. Horace Grant hitting on his first foul shot opportunity. Livingston returning Replacing Scott Williams, Horace Grant with the prescription goggles once again. He had discarded the goggles. He said during the playoff series against the Knicks, Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley purposely knocking them off. The same thing happened in the series against the Sixers. So he felt the Pistons would do the same, and he took them off, put them back on for the NBA final, and he has shot very well. Byron Scott, final seconds of the half, and a foul being called on the Lakers. Worthy reaching in with 4 seconds to go in the first half. They changed the call. Byron Scott now picks it up.
I'm sure if the Lakers would have had their choice, they would have run the clock down and taken the last shot of the half. But because the Bulls went into their full court pressing, trapping defense, a hurried shot takes place, the miss, and as a result, the Bulls go to the line for 2 free throws.
And Michael Jordan on the line for the first time. Jordan 6 for 13. He has 13 points. In the playoffs, averaging better than 31 per game. That is the best in the NBA. Michael leading the NBA in scoring for the 5th straight season. That is only 2 away from the record held by Wilt Chamberlain. The Bulls by 1. 4 seconds remaining in the half. Worthy fires. Good first half here at the Forum in Inglewood. The High Point men, James Worthy with 15. Magic Johnson with 13. Michael Jordan with 15. And Horace Grant with 14. The Chicago Bulls 48. And the Los Angeles Lakers 47 as we head to halftime. Lakers and the Bulls headed back to the locker room. Here is that last second attempt from downtown by James Worthy, just off to the left side. Bob Costas and Pat Riley coming up at halftime. The Bulls by 1 in Game 3 of the NBA Championship Series. Back at the Forum, Marv Albert, along with Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, Steve Jones. As we look at the close-up statistics in the first half, again, both clubs shot well. 54% by the Bulls and the Lakers. And this, the main difference, the Bulls crunching the Lakers off the boards.
Big difference in the rebounds, but also big difference in turnovers. 10-4, 10 turnovers for the Bulls. As a result, most games, the Bulls, in the first 2 games, 11 more shots a game for the Bulls. Right now, 37 shot attempts for each team because of the difference in turnovers.
Lakers open up with Magic Johnson, Byron Scott in the backcourt. Vlade Divac playing with 3 along with James Worthy and Sam Perkins. Divac getting inside. He now has 11. And the Lakers lead it by 1. It's been close throughout. At one stretch, Chicago led by 4. At one point, Los Angeles had a 5-point lead. Jordan off the double team, got it back out. Pippen, yes. Bulls 50 and the Lakers 49. And Scottie Pippen is hitting the jumper. He now has 9.
That time the Lakers, after the double team, tried to half rotate. They pretended they were going to rotate to Pippen, then went back to their own men. Pippen knocked it out.
What a save by Pippen. Jordan on the rebound. It is so rare to see Jordan on the drive, not A, score, or B, get fouled. So he got the rebound. And a timeout called. It's a 20-second timeout taken by the Lakers.
Well, after the great save takes place by Pippen, what happens is Michael comes up with the ball. He heads to the basket at the other end. But now, as he starts to take off, Perkins moves into his body. He doesn't quite have the lift and not enough extension there to finish it off. So he just kind of hustles back on the floor and says, I'll do it this way.
The Chicago Bulls in Game 2 Wednesday night at Chicago Stadium shot an NBA Finals record 61.7%. They hit 50 out of 81, and both clubs have shot exceptionally well here tonight. Michael Jordan with 17. He's 7 for 15 from the field. Magic Johnson 4 out of 6 for his 13. Worthy, the high man for the Lakers, with 15. Jordan with 17. Grant with 14. Pacing the Bulls. Perkins putting the move on Cartwright. Stepped away, perhaps not looking to pick up number 4. 1-point lead by Chicago with 1:40 gone by in the third. Cartwright and Worthy on the rebound.
That's the long arm of Sam Perkins, the extension, challenging the shot that's throwing Bill Cartwright off just a little bit right now.
Magic posting. Oh, what a pass for Divac.
And Divac made the baseline cut that time a little bit sooner than he had been doing it. He caught the Bulls defense by surprise.
Los Angeles Lakers by 1. Good recovery by Divac, and it forced the turnover.
But you notice as soon as the Lakers seem to have a break, there's 4 red shirts back. Excellent transition defense.
Magic. Paxson on the wing was open. Shot clock at 10. Paxson guarded by Johnson, has to unleash. He forced it. He thought he was fouled. 24-second violation. John Paxson arguing with the outside official, Bill Oakes, looking for a hack and did not get the call.
Paxson basically saying, just because this was a launch, I had to get it up at the last second. If I get fouled, call the foul. He feels that right there on his right arm, Scott made contact. That's what he's asking for.
Beautiful backdoor pass. Divac from Johnson. Lakers with a 3-point advantage.
The Lakers used that same back pick play from the top of the circle fouling area twice in game 2, scored both times there as well.
Turnovers have been hurting the Bulls. They have now committed 13. Lakers with only 6. Scott spotting up. Byron Scott now 0 for 4. The Chicago Bulls in possession. They are trailing by 3. Jordan with the step and was forced to pop it back out. And Pippen run into by Worthy. Pippen faking, then holding and faking again, and he drew the foul.
Let's go back a moment ago to one of the favorite plays the Lakers like to use only 2 or 3 times. A back pick right there. Small man Scott on big man. The lob over the top by Magic, and then the receiver, who has excellent hands, able to convert.
Scottie Pippen has hit 2 of 3 from the line. He is a 70% free throw shooter. This series resumes Sunday night. Game 4 here in Los Angeles. That'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's 4 out here on the West Coast. Please note that change in time. And then game 5 at the Forum on Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Lakers with a 1-point lead. 4 minutes gone by in the third. Crowd looking for a foul on Pippen, who plays Magic aggressively. What a pass! Perkins converting to give the Lakers a 57-54 lead. And Phil Jackson calling for time.
I think Phil Jackson sees that they're ready for the way they've been playing. Jordan now on Divac. Lakers are go to it right away, and then the other 2 Laker players went to the open areas on the floor. Interior passing. Small man on big. Keep your head turned to the lane. The double team of Worthy and Perkins versus Cartwright is too much. Excellent interior passing. First one, second one to finish off the play. They're in the correct positions, attacking Jordan, who's matched up against Divac.
And this crowd raising its intensity. They've been quiet right throughout the first half.
It's almost as if this crowd was sitting there saying, wait a minute, these Bulls are going to go away. They're not for real. They are for real. The crowd needs to get into the game and help the Lakers here at home.
Lakers have a 3-point edge. Magic Johnson guarding John Paxson now. And a loose ball foul called. Grant picks up his first. Phil Jackson, in his second year as head coach of the Chicago Bulls, 45 years old. He was a combination philosophy, psychology, and religion major at North Dakota, where he played for Bill Fitch, who is now the head coach of the New Jersey Nets. Divac off the spin.
Same matchup in game 2, except the Lakers didn't go to it on a consistent basis. There's the second time in a row this evening.
Perkins with the rejection. Lakers on a roll. They lead by 5. Magic Johnson, yes! The Bulls calling for the timeout. We welcome you back to the Forum in Inglewood, California. Better than 17,000 on hand. The toughest ticket in town. Game 3 of the best of 7. The Los Angeles Lakers outscoring the Chicago Bulls 25-18 in the third. Good run by the Bulls late to close it up. And the reason for that enormous third quarter by Los Angeles, the play of Vlade Divac. And you can see the mismatch thus far tonight at the center position, although Cartwright has not necessarily gone up against Divac. Earlier was Scottie Pippen, and Phil Jackson switched off to Horace Grant and Scott Williams. Divac overall 10 for 13 and hit 6 of 6 from the floor in the third.
Well, the Bulls also had Michael Jordan playing Divac down there for a while, and you say, well, what's the best way to play him? How come they don't keep Cartwright on him all the time? The problem is who plays Perkins. If Cartwright matches up with Divac, Perkins is too big and strong for Grant.
Michael Jordan going to the left hand, yes. No, it won't count. The outside official. Bill Oakes with the call. Joe Crawford was about to say yes and the foul, but the outside official had the better look, and he's called for the push-off. The foul called on Jordan, his second.
The key there is whether or not the right arm was extended away from Michael's body enough to push the defensive player away. That's the decision the official made, called the offensive foul, felt he used it to get the shot off. Without the use of it, he wouldn't have gotten off.
Crowd reacting to the aggressive play of Scott Williams, but Perkins able to back him down, and the Lakers lead 74-66. Jordan only 1 for 7, 4 points in the third, now being guarded by Teagle. Jordan dumped it off, and Williams was fouled.
Keep an eye on the free arm, not the left hand, but the right arm as he starts to elevate and deliver the ball with his left hand. The right arm right there pushes off to keep the defender away from the block shot. Good call by Bill Oakes.
Scott Williams to the line. He was hit by A.C. Green. At one point, the Lakers led by 13. They led 67-54. At one stretch in the first half, Chicago led by 4. In the third quarter, the Bulls missed 9 consecutive shots. Lakers went on an 18-2 run. And the Lakers now lead 74-68. Divac played by Grant. Pippen over to help. Green. And the call against A.C. Green. Offensive foul.
When the ball goes down into the hole, you'll see Divac dribble away from the basket. He's trying to extend the Bulls' defense to then make the passing angles easier to his other teammates who cut into the open areas.
Hodges. Quick spot up by Craig Hodges. Craig, the three-point specialist, that time hitting from 2, his first field goal, and the Bulls have moved within 4. Perkins. Lakers looking for a foul.
One of those Jordan blocks from behind the post player's head as Hodges tries to make it 2 in a row, but misses.
Craig Hodges with the quick release. Magic backing his way. AC Green controlling and drew the foul. He had 3 opportunities off the offensive glass. Williams picked up the call. Timeout has been taken. We'll be right back. Well, you look at the Lakers shooting in the fourth quarter. They have struggled with 5 for 14 in game 1. In game 2, only 6 for 23, and they've opened up only 1 out of 4 over the first 2 minutes. Since that Laker 13-point lead, the Bulls, coming on strong at the end of the third, have outscored the Lakers 16-7. AC Green on the line as we resume. So the Bulls, despite the good play by the Lakers in the third, have been allowed to hang around. It is only a 4-point game.
As you look at those fourth quarter shooting percentages, it might be the effects of the full pressure, the relentless pressure by the Chicago Bulls. A lot of these players for the Lakers were used to all year running down the floor and let Magic bring it down and get us going. Now they're all extended all over the floor, having to do things they haven't been used to doing. They may not be quite in the shape that they need to be for this type of pressure.
AC Green, only a 73% free throw shooter, missed both. Hodges able to keep it alive. Hodges. The officials check it out. And Darryl Garrison says Chicago ball.
The 2 officials checked with one another. Garrison looked outside to Oates. Oates back to Garrison. Garrison said, I have it. Off Divac's hands last.
Bulls have been able to hang around despite the fact that to this point it has been a subpar offensive effort by Michael Jordan. And the foul on the Lakers. It's on Teagle. Michael Jordan has played all but 1 minute of tonight's game, and he has only 1 field goal to show over the last 17 minutes and 42 seconds.
So we're saying that right now he's at 37.5 minutes for the game. He played 40 and 36 respectively in games 1 and 2. This will be his high game in minutes by the end of the evening.
Michael is only 7 for 19. But as the opposition knows, always dangerous down the stretch. Cartwright, yes. So the Bulls have now come within 2.
That's Jordan starting the whole thing by having the ball in the middle of the floor and then creating for his teammates. He's so hard to play because you have to come and double him with the wing. That leaves someone open in the corner or on the baseline.
The block by Livingston once again. That is his 3rd for the game. Beautiful look away. Jordan for Pippen, and the game is tied at 74. The Chicago Bulls have come roaring back. Lakers requesting the timeout with 8 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the third. Perkins with the left-hand flip, turned back by Livingston. And back down court, the look away from Jordan to Pippen. A 20-7 run by Chicago to tie it.
Ahmad Rashad back here at the Forum. And during that last timeout, Phil Jackson said that he's going to have to try to go with the regulars. They're going to try to bring Bill Cartwright back in momentarily. What they think is Magic Johnson is tired. They're going to try to wear him down with Michael Jordan's young legs. Now it is Steve Jones.
All right, Ahmad, those old legs of Magic Johnson need to get some movement. They told him that they want to go strong to the hoop. They want to make the extra pass as the Lakers have become stagnant at the offensive end. Over to you, Marv.
All right, Steve, Lakers and Bulls tied at 74, 8.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Magic. Lakers 76 and the Bulls 74. Magic Johnson has 17 points along with 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Cartwright has returned. Cartwright up front with Pippen and Livingston. Jordan and Hodges in the backcourt. Livingston getting inside, and he's tied the game at 76.
Cliff Livingston has come on in each game and done exactly what they need. Play tough defense, rebound for him on the glass, keep the ball alive, and then when they give him the ball, he's making the most of the scoring opportunities.
Livingston now matched with Worthy. Here's Scott, who has been quiet. He is now 0 for 5. Byron Scott has struggled throughout this series. 22-9 run by Chicago. Cartwright with the good. Welcome back to the Forum in Inglewood. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, and Steve Jones. Game 3 of the best of 7, and they're tied at 92. The Los Angeles Lakers able to take a 2-point lead off this bucket by Divac, fouled in the act, went to the line, hit the free throw, and then with 3 4/10 seconds remaining in regulation, the Chicago Bulls using their possession wisely as Michael Jordan went behind the back against Byron Scott and was able to convert to tie the game.
Both players answering with the big baskets at crucial times for their teams. Bulls electing to go for the tie. Let's get it into overtime, and then we'll play from there. It's a new ball game.
The Chicago Bulls have come back from a 13-point deficit at one stretch during the third quarter. The Lakers were in the midst of an 18-2 run, but the Bulls closed the third quarter strong, and we are headed to OT. Let's go over to Ahmad.
All right, Marv, one thing that's going to bother the Bulls, just during that last play, Michael Jordan hurt the tip of his big toe. They've taken it up, taken a look at it, and it's going to be painful, but he'll try to go with it. Marv?
All right, Ahmad. The Lakers were involved with one overtime game in the playoffs. They defeated Golden State 124-119.
Keep an eye here on Jordan's foot. This is where the injury takes place as Divac tries to split him. Right there in that little scurry of players is where the injury took place.
Mike Dunleavy inserting the rookie Eldon Campbell, who has not played at all this evening for the opening tip. He's trying to preserve Divac, who has 5 fouls. Divac will come on shortly. Campbell winning the tip. Campbell up front with Perkins and Worthy. Johnson in the backcourt along with Scott. Campbell gets it right back out as we get underway in overtime. Campbell rejected.
The Lakers came right out and tried the back pick lob play again. This time for Campbell, wasn't quite there.
Livingston opens up front with Cartwright and Grant, Paxson and Jordan in the backcourt. Scottie Pippen fouling out at the end of regulation. Here's Jordan, lost control, and the Lakers on the run. Magic dumped it off. Worthy could not handle. Back come the Bulls. Magic Johnson slow to get up. Paxson throws it home. Magic was in a collision at the other end, shaken up, but looks to be all right.
Magic, after the dribble penetration, dropped it off to Worthy, thinking James was going to move to the basket. He hadn't made the move, the resulting turnover.
2-point lead for Chicago. Campbell getting inside.
And there's the ball reversal that we had talked about early in the game that the Lakers had to get to. They started it in on the right side, reversed it all the way around to the left side of the floor. Easy score for Campbell.
Eldon Campbell, a 6'11" rookie out of Clemson, #1 draft pick of the Los Angeles Lakers. Game tied at 94. Cartwright, hand check by Perkins. Shot clock down to 2. Paxson had to fling it. And at 40 gone by in the 5-minute overtime session. Lakers and Bulls at 94 apiece. Cartwright slapping it away. It will be Los Angeles ball with 6 on the shot clock. The hand for Eldon Campbell as Vlade Divac returns.
Do you think that Magic and Michael might get the day off from practice tomorrow?
I think there's a pretty good shot. A lot of minutes logged by both. Scott, he cannot buy one. 0 for 6, but Divac's got it back out. Johnson for 3. Cartwright rebounds, knocked away by Scott. It will be Chicago ball. Lakers now 0 for 5 from three-point land. Just under 3 minutes remaining in overtime. The series tied at 1. This game 3 of the best of 7 NBA championship series. Here's Jordan. Yes! Michael Jordan hitting on the driving reverse to give his club a 96-94 lead.
Normally, the Lakers are excellent at walling off or sealing off the entry lane to the basket. That time, no one moved as Jordan found the seam.
Perkins, strip, and a foul call. Holding foul on Jordan. That's 5.
Jordan makes the move. Divac never comes across. He lets Jordan come to him. You can't do that. It's going to be too late. He creates too many ways and invents new ones each time out to score.
Sam Perkins to the line off that foul on Jordan. Scottie Pippen is fouled out. Strong game for Pippen. 19 points, 14 rebounds. Perkins has hit 4 of 5 from the line. So Jordan and Divac playing with 5. 25 for Perkins. And the game is tied at 96. 2:20 remaining in overtime. Paxson came off a screen, but Magic stayed right with him.
And they're making Magic work at the defensive end, that's for sure.
Good look by Jordan. Cartwright could not convert. And the official, Joe Crawford, saying, stay right here. It is a loose ball foul against the Lakers. It's on Scott, his 3rd. We're down to 2 minutes left in overtime. The spin by Jordan and hits on the reverse. Michael saving it for overtime. 2 key buckets. And the Bulls lead at 98-96. Good pressure by Chicago. Magic in trouble. And a timeout taken by the Lakers.
Jordan loves to use the rim to come up on the other side. He drives baseline, sees the rotation coming, has the great ability to hang and reverse it for the score. Jordan, who loves to drive baseline, uses the defense by bringing it up on one side and then hanging and reversing over to the other side. One of the reasons why we always wanted to force him to the middle of the floor. Jordan likes it. He says, we got him now, let's go.
And Michael and Magic have each logged 50 minutes of playing time in this overtime get-together. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists for Jordan. And Magic 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists. Michael Jordan has got it going here in OT. Had a poor shooting second half. Jordan overall is 11 for 27 from the field. Magic 7 for 13. The Bulls by 2, 98-96 with a minute and 44 left in overtime. Magic lost it and recaptured. Worthy got it back out. Shot clock down to 3. Perkins to the hook. And the rebound snatched by Jordan. Michael Jordan for Horace Grant. And the Bulls lead 100-96.
Both of those sequences, the defensive end of the floor where they're so aggressive and tenacious, and the offensive end just showing the athleticism of the Bulls team. They're just always there bothering you.
Perkins. He forced it up. And a foul called on Divac. So he is fouled out. Vlade Divac picks up number 6. An outstanding game for Divac. 24 points, 7 rebounds. He hit 11 of 15 from the field. Eldon Campbell, who played briefly at the start of this overtime, checks back in, replacing Divac. We're down to 107 remaining in overtime. Well, the Los Angeles Lakers broke through the home court advantage in Chicago in game 1, and the Bulls trying to do the same right here to take a 2-1 lead in the best of 7. Jordan posting, and Jordan fouled.
The inexperienced player, Eldon Campbell, the guy that's supposed to come and double team from the top, goes a little bit too late. You can't wait that long on Michael Jordan. He gets in the seam, uses the arm a little bit to hook Byron Scott, and that's what Byron Scott was hoping the call would be.
Michael Jordan is 4 for 4 from the foul line. A dramatic come-from-behind effort by the Bulls, who could have been run out of it in the third quarter. 18-2 spurt by the Lakers. They led by as many as 13. They were on fire at one point. The Bulls missed 9 consecutive shots. They were able to settle down. They closed strong in the third to get back into it, and they now lead 102-96 as the Lakers take a timeout. 53 and 5/10 seconds remaining in overtime, and this represents the Bulls' biggest lead of the night. The Chicago Bulls on top of the Los Angeles Lakers, 102-96 with 53 and 5/10 seconds remaining in overtime. The Bulls in excellent shape with the lead. 3 timeouts left. Lakers with only 1. The Bulls also have 1 foul to give. When we resume, it will be Laker ball. 6-point Chicago lead. Down to 45 seconds to go in overtime. Magic from downtown, and Jordan able to field it. That Laker sequence, not what Mike Dunleavy had in mind.
Now, they were trying to get the quick step back by the screener for the 3-point shot, who was Sam Perkins. Couldn't get it. Now Jordan's just going to run the clock till he gets a good shot for himself or for a teammate.
24-second clock is at 3. Grant launches and hits.
When it's going good, it's going good.
Horace Grant, who has come up big the last 2 games, makes it 9 of 11 from the field for 22 points. And time running out on the Lakers. Final seconds of the overtime. Drew. Chicago Bulls have returned the favor, beating the Lakers at the Forum, and they take a 2-1 lead in the best of 7. Michael Jordan finishes with 29, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. He had 6 of his 29 in overtime, and Chicago wins 104-96. The executive producer of NBC Sports is Terry O'Neill. The producer of the NBA on NBC, Tommy Roy. Today's telecast directed by Andy Rosenberg and our statistician, Mr. Stats, Elliot Cow. High point men of the game, 29 for Jordan, Grant with 22, Pippen at 19, Pippen fouled out. Magic Johnson with 22 points, 10 assists, 24 for Vlade Divac, who also fouled out, 19 for Worthy, Perkins with 25. Well, for Mike Fratello, Ahmad Rashad, Steve Jones, I'm Marv Albert. This has been a presentation of the NBA on NBC.